How to retire 5 years earlier than you really have planned. It can be done, guys. I'm not saying it's easy. It is not easy to do this. Hey, can you see the mountains behind me? Keeps going in and out. Watch this. Depending on how I hold the camera. Wacky. I'm not saying this is easy. You can do this, but it might be hard. I've got 13 ways to go about doing this. If you really want to retire 5 years earlier than you have planned on retiring, leave me comments, guys. Have any of you taken like a drastic change in your retirement plan, say in your 40s or even your 50s, to allow you to retire earlier than you were planning on? If so, give us the details. How'd you do that? We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. I'm above Cal State, LA here. Beautiful day. About 82, about 6:45 at night. So 13 ways to do this. Here we go. Number 1, double your savings rate now. Don't care how hard it is. If you really want this, if this is the number one thing that you want now, is to retire earlier, or let's say as early as possible, you're going to have to do some belt tightening. There's nothing easy about these steps. You're not going to have to implement all 13 of these, but you're going to have to do enough. If you really want to do this, if you really want to retire earlier than you planned, a couple years even, 5 years definitely. So double that savings rate now. Number 2, double your contribution rate now to your 401k, to your IRA. At first, it could be painful. Yes, it could. But guys, once you start doing it, it gets easier. What you have to look at is the goal. What's your ultimate goal? In this case, it's to retire early. If that is your number one goal, sometimes you got to take drastic measures to do that. Number 3, if you are, say, 60-40 stocks to bonds now, and let's say you're 45, 50 years old, bump it up, way up on your stock allocation. 80-20, maybe for some of you brave souls that are braver than me, 100% stocks. This is not something I would do, okay? I'm not advising this, but if you really want to retire as early as possible, over a decade, over 2 decades, etc., the more stocks you have, the better chance you have at getting a better return on your money. Yes, you have also a bigger risk for getting those those years that are really down, but you have a much greater chance of getting those years that are really up. Look at how much stocks return over a decade, 2 decades. It's pretty good. If you really want to retire early, bump up that stock percentage in your portfolio. Once you retire, you can always bump it back down to like a 60-40 or even a 50-50, right? Number 4. Hey, before I get to number 4, if you guys are seeing me for the first time, this is a retirement channel for people on moderate income. If that's something you think you might like the video and think about subscribing as well. And if you really like it, down here are 2 other ways you can support this channel. You can buy my new thriller / dark comedy, The Monster Who Loves Me, for only $3.99, or you can buy me a coffee. I love coffee. Number 4, sell your expensive car and get a much more economical one. One that is more economical in gas. You could get an electric car, whatever. I don't care if you love your car. What do you want more? You want to love your car, or do you want to retire early? This is if you really, really want to retire early and you want to make that your top priority. That's what these 13 steps are about. Number 5, if you are renting, move to a cheaper place to rent. Again, don't care. Don't care if you love it. If your number one priority is to retire early, find a cheaper place to live. I know that, especially when I was young, I made the mistake of getting a raise and going, hey, I'll put all that money to get in a better place to rent instead of putting it into my retirement contributions. At 40, I learned not to do that. So if you really want to retire early, find a cheaper place to live when you're renting, okay? Number 6, stop eating out so much. I know that's a big thing for me. I eat out all the time. I don't like to cook. Even if you don't like to cook, okay, and if you eat out, well, get something that'll last you. Go to a grocery store. Get something that'll last you 3 meals instead of just one expensive meal, right? Don't eat out so much. If you like cooking, cook at home more. Or just get stuff that you can make meals at home instead of spending $25 on dinner 3 times a week. I'm telling you guys, if you really want this, and there go the mountains again, depending on my angle, they're back. If you really want this, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. Number 7, this is not a big issue for me at all. I've been doing this for years. Start shopping at thrift stores for your clothes. I get 90% of my clothes, 95 probably, at thrift stores. I started doing this years ago, 10, 15 years ago. I find the coolest stuff, and I don't know, hey, for you thrift store aficionados, isn't it the greatest feeling for, someone to notice something you're wearing? Hey, where'd you get that? I got it, blah, 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 for $10. That makes the whole experience, right? If you are serious about retiring early, start shopping at thrift stores. I'm not saying you'll get whatever you want every time you go, but often enough, you can get some good finds there. Number, what am I on? 8 or 9? I don't know. Move to a less expensive part of the country. If you are fortunate enough, come on, mountains, come back. There you go. If you are fortunate enough to work for a company that allows you to work remote, shouldn't be a big deal, right? I know a lot of us are not. But if you are fortunate enough, move to a less expensive part of the country. Pay less for rent. Pay less for gas. Pay less for food, probably. High desert where I live now, it's a lot less expensive in all those areas than Los Angeles. If you want this bad enough, you'll find another place to move to. Number 9, I think, plan to retire to a cheaper country. Hey, this could take care of everything in one fell swoop. Is that the phrase, fell swoop? It's always confused me. I think so. One fell swoop. That could take care of everything. Let's say you plan on moving to, I don't know, the Philippines. You could get by on half, probably less than what you're planning that you'll need if you retire here in the States. A lot of expats. Check out some of those channels. My favorite band right now, Gigi Vibes and Gigi Delana, reside in the Philippines. I've seen their vlogs. I've seen how they live. They can get some good stuff for cheap. So if you want to retire really early, scout out some cheaper countries to live in. South America, Colombia. I have a friend who I went to high school with who retired to Colombia 5 years ago, and he loves it. He's a retired teacher. I think he retired at 56. Number 10, get married to someone who has their own retirement funds already. Eureka! There you go. That's like moving to a cheaper country, man. That'll be pretty painless. Find someone who already has retirement funds. That way you can pool your resources and you can both retire earlier. That's the way to go. Do it. Number 11. Work harder at work now so you can get those promotions. If you think you're doing like an okay job, start doing an excellent job. Start doing the kind of job so they can't ignore you anymore. When a promotion comes up, they go, hey, look at this guy, man. He's putting in those 50, 55, 60-hour work weeks. He's working from home a lot on the weekends. If you really want to retire, that's the way to do it. Get a couple promotions at work, let's say in a 5-year period. 3 or 4 in a 10-year period. You're making more, you're saving more. Number 12. Stop splurging on things you do not need. That third bike, right? You've got your number 1 bike you ride around on. You got another one just in case it's a backup. Oh, I'll get a third one. Why? Because it looks good. Don't splurge on things you don't need. Oh, I need a second phone. Why? Because I just do. Really? Who needs a second phone, man? Are you a publicist? No, 99% of you are not. Don't splurge on things you don't need. And number 13, soak up as much retirement knowledge as possible now. Financial knowledge, just retirement in general knowledge. So once you get to retirement, you will know not exactly, but you'll have a much better idea how to make it a perfect retirement that can save you some bad financial mistakes. Soak up all the knowledge you can now, guys. Anywhere and everywhere you can. Just do it. Print, internet, YouTube, I don't care what it is. Soak up that knowledge, right? That will help you prepare before retirement. There's a lot of things I don't know, okay? Believe me, I do not know a lot of things in retirement. Other people do. There's a lot of steps you can figure out how to make it to retirement quicker. That might not necessarily be financial, like I've been talking about. Soak up all the knowledge you can, guys. That will ensure, might not be 5 years earlier, but it might be a couple. So bottom line, if you really want to do this, there are 13 steps you can think about doing. Don't have to do them all. Try and do a lot of them. And as always, above, lovely. Can you still see the mountains? Kind of. Yeah, depending on how I hold the camera. There we go. There they are. We got this.